Is a pixie a fairy?
Hey guys, my name's Luke and I'm here to ask the question, is a pixie a fairy? But first we must understand a little more about fairies. So what is a fairy? A fairy is a magical creature from European folklore. It is typically depicted in modern times as a small, beautiful human-like being with insect wings, residing in forests and other natural or mystical realms. This familiar portrayal of fairies comes from contemporary children's stories that aim to brighten a much darker history. Fairies were regarded as formidable and potentially malevolent creatures, known for their tendency to abduct children, leaving changelings in their place, sometimes whisking away adults to the realm of the Fae, from which they would rarely return. In ancient times, fairies took on diverse forms, sometimes resembling elves or trolls. Their characteristics varied considerably, with some having pointed ears, webbed fingers, or even missing noses. However, during the Romantic period, a significant transformation occurred in the portrayal of fairies. In plays and operas of that era, fairies evolved into beautiful beings closely linked to nature. They adorned themselves in floral attire and forged friendships with woodland creatures. This marked a shift in the earlier, more varied depictions of these mythical entities. In the Victorian era, fairy tales tailored for children depicted tiny, stylish dressed fairies with wings popularised by J.M. Barrie's Tinker Bell in Peter Pan. When the first baby laughed, its laugh broke into 1,000 pieces. That was the beginning of fairies.
What is a pixie?
The pixies, or piskies, are mythical beings from British folklore. Pixies are known as cheeky elf-like spirits with fiery red hair and green attire made from moss, grass and lichen. They are said to wrestle throughout the night and dance in the moonlight to the sounds of frogs and crickets. Their mischievous activities include tying knots in your hair, tapping on walls, extinguishing candles and misleading travellers. In fact, the concept of being pixie-led originated from their habit of leading people astray, describing a state of confusion or bewilderment. Thought to inhabit places of ancient worship, such as stone circles and barrows, throughout the moorland regions of Devon and Cornwall, hinting at a Celtic origin. There are accounts of them in literature from the 17 and 1800s, but these stories are likely passed down by storytellers through the ages. But are pixies fairies?
Pixie conclusions.
Folklore has pixies and fairies recognised as separate entities. Pixies typically have distinct features like coloured skin and butterfly wings, whilst fairies may or may not have wings and often resemble humans. Whilst both pixies and fairies share some common traits, such as their association with nature and magical abilities, they are distinct entities with their own unique characteristics. That being said, it's common for the term pixie to be used interchangeably with fairies and other ethereal beings, and some will argue a pixie is a fairy, just a different type. Whether they are winged creatures of enchantment or tricksters of the woods, these magical beings continue to enchant and mystify us, reminding us of the enduring power of fantasy and magic in the world. That's all from us here at Ragnarok. Whether it's uncovering the secrets of mythical creatures, exploring uncharted territories, or diving into the wonders of our universe, make sure you're subscribed. I'm Luke, and I'll see you next time.